In the last video, we did the Fable free roam mod, which was a lot easier than I thought it would be actually. And so in this video, we are going to be installing the Fable Anniversary REDUX mod, which is actually a pretty dang cool mod. So this mod basically will make all playstyles more viable by rebalancing weapons, armor, and spells. It makes augmentations and switching up your playstyle more important by editing enemy resistances. It makes the side activities such as tavern games, chicken kicking, fist fighting, etc. more worth your time, makes renting properties for evil heroes and marriage for good heroes more viable. It adds new chests and NPC drops, so enemies will now drop their weapons such as the hob hammers and the bandit scimitars, and it adds more enemy spawns in order to give you that feeling of playing Fable for the first time again. It also restores some cut content, and it makes late game and post game more fun. So it actually adds a lot of what the DLC adds, so a lot of the enemy and other character weapons and armor from the game that get added as DLC actually get added just with this mod, and some of it's even better. So there's that weird minion sword that you get with the DLC, but this one actually allows you to use both of the actual minions' actual weapons, so they will just drop their weapons when you kill them and you can pick them up. But yeah, we got a few screenshots here. Some things like expressions will no longer cause you to sheath your weapon. All NPC weapons are now equipable, every single one. Spells have been rebalanced, so the last level of every spell will be much more powerful. The apprentice NPCs of the guild are more varied, and most areas will have NPCs and guards added. You can now pick between the graduate and apprentice sets when in training, which I think is a nice addition because it always kind of bugged me that you just like never really got the upgraded robes. Enemy spawns have changed, though. They added a lot more enemy spawns, it looks like. Due to enemy armor and resistances being rebalanced, augmentations are a lot more important, so I imagine silver augmentations are going to be a lot more necessary for just the normal Balverines. Not normally, it really only made a difference for the white Balverines, so I assume it's going to mean a lot more for the normal Balverines as well. They also added new chests, and I guess deleted some and changed contents of others. There's also some chests that you'll need free roam to find, so that's pretty cool. Here's just like some of the cool weapons you can pick up. It looks like a lot of the damages have been rebalanced because I'm seeing a lot of really high values, and I don't think this guy would have had a scimitar that costs 70,000 but has 365 damage if the enemies hadn't been severely rebalanced. So I imagine the health levels are going to be a lot higher or something. I'm not really sure what is going to be the deal there. Horns will no longer cause baldness, so you can now have hair and horns, which is pretty cool. As far as cut content goes, one of the things they're re-adding to the game are adrenaline potions, which honestly I didn't even know those used to exist or were planned to exist, but apparently they were supposed to be added to, I think, the lost chapters or something, and they just never got added. But they will give you a speed boost for 30 seconds, and that sounds pretty cool. They drop from enemies and can be found in chests. The other cool thing that has been brought back that was originally cut from the lost chapters is the repeater crossbows. Yeah, these are pretty damn exciting, I gotta say. Some repeater crossbows, and it looks like it's not just one repeater crossbow. It looks like there's like oak repeaters, U repeaters, master repeaters, all that stuff. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be different levels of repeater crossbows, not just like a repeater crossbow. So that's pretty cool. One thing that was cut, which kind of never made sense to me, the neutral wizard hat. So that's re-added to the game, which is pretty cool. Not really sure why. Like, it's like either give us all of them or none of them. I'm not really sure why it was possible to get the bright wizard hat and the dark wizard hat, but like there was just never a neutral hat. Like, I understand they gotta cut content, but like, bro, you couldn't fit like one more wizard hat. I find that hard to believe. Like, pretty weird. Some new expressions, or at least a new expression. The bandit wave is now usable. It can be found in a chest, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, that seems to be the majority of it. Apparently there's more stuff in like the changelog or whatever once you get the thing downloaded. So I guess at this point there's really not a whole lot left to do except for try to download and install this thing. So we've got update files too, it looks like. Uh-oh. Contains a new game.bin file as well as a mini changelog. Download this after the main file and replace the game.bin with this one. The rest of the installation instructions are the same as before. This is the guy Alexander the Alright 98. So that's the guy who made this, I believe. So obviously I gotta at least give a shout out to this guy. Created by Alexander the Alright. Definitely want to give a shout out to this guy just for, like, you know, being a guy that's making Fable mods, because there's not too many Fable modders out there, so you gotta give respect to where it's due. These guys are making the game, you know, as fresh and exciting as they can make it, and restoring cut content, which is like super commendable. Like, that's awesome. So yeah, definitely got to give a shout out to Alexander the Alright. This is probably one of the best Fable mods out there right now. So I obviously haven't tested it yet, but from what I can see, just like based on the information, this is definitely like one of the best Fable mods out there right now. So yeah, definitely got to to give Alexander the Alright a shout out here for sure. And let's see how we do with this one. Okay, so we open this bad boy here. We refuse to give WinRAR our money. And is there a readme? Yes, there is. Let's see what we got here. Aging is vacuum at a reduced rate. Max age in the game is still shows 65, but I've set it to 100. Oh, so your character won't look as old at 65. I see. Oh, they raise your attack speed. Oh, you can only carry 5 at a time. And they can't be sold. That sounds like almost useless with like how few of them you can actually use. I could see why they would have been cut if that's like how they originally had them planned. Like you can only carry 5, can't sell them. Yeah, what are you going to use that for? Final Jack or something? Like it sounds like the type of potion that you like hold on to for the entire game because you don't want to waste it and then you end up never using it, right? Being the final boss now gives you 750,000 gold and 5,000 renown. From who and why? Who's just giving you 1,000,000 gold for that? Betting limits has been increased. This Fighters Club gives 75 gold per round. That like you still should have just not even given me any money at that point. Are you serious? Health and will potions are now slightly more effective. Ages of potions have been buffed. Wow, you have a base value of 500 experience. You now get more experience at the end of the prologue. Prologue, so like what? You mean guild training? A weird way to say that. Base experience values of food have been doubled. New silver key chests, normal chests, and objects for you to find. More existing chests have their contents changed. Oh, Greatwood Caves Demon Door now requires a combat multiplier of 28. Okay. Dowries have been increased. Spouses now have a 60% chance of giving gifts. It was supposed to be 20%. They accidentally made it 200%. Oops. Enemy drops have changed. Nymphs have more health. Normal minions have more health, but the minions in Darkwood Disturbance have slightly lower health. Bandits are only resistant to silver augmentations as opposed to flame lightning and silver. The Wasp Queen is more resistant to projectile attacks. That's kind of a bitch move, but okay. Needles are now weak to lightning. Why? They're weak to everything. Meares is no longer immune to augmentations, just very resistant to them. Made the final boss harder, and he now starts to spawn enemies earlier. Normal Valverines are now slightly weaker to silver augments and slightly more resistant to flame augments. White Valverines are slightly more resistant to silver augments. They were already pretty damn resistant. I don't think they needed more. Oh, slightly more resistant. Okay, cool. That actually makes sense because they were like way too, yeah, you know. Valverine guards spawn in every town basically after like 200 of them. So basically it's that like 2,000 guard Easter egg, but for every town and a little bit easier to accomplish. Ranged Hobbs projectiles attack are faster and do more damage. Whisper's bombs do more damage. I don't fucking hate. Why would anybody want that to be a feature? I really don't understand that feature in word things. Like, oh, you can highlight and drag the thing because anybody ever wants to do that ever. Harbinger does more damage now. It has 1 empty augment slot. That's pretty cool. Sword of Strategia has 5 experience augmentations. That's pretty savage, but like OP. Avenger now does more damage. Murren Great Hammer and Axe do more damage. Obsidian melee weapons do more damage. Slightly buffed health and mana augmentations. That's kind of cool. Some spells have been buffed. Infernal Wrath and Divine Fury experience costs are now affected by alignment. Spells have had alignment modifiers increased. You no longer obtain both wizard hats, but each hat has been buffed. Gems are slightly less valuable. Why? Trading items are now more valuable. That's nice though, because that's literally their only purpose, and they kind of suck for it. Make my hero look bigger and buffer. Ah, that sounds like that first mod that I ever downloaded, the Thunder Hero mod, basically. Nope, I will not be updating this mod. That was a lie. The overhaul of Fable Anniversary by Alexander the Alright. This mod only works in chicken difficulty. You must have free roam set up, and you must have access to the modding DLC if you use the UMAP files. Do I have the modding DLC? Yeah, looks like I have. Mostly negative. Looks like I have the modding DLC, so that's nice, I guess. I don't really know how that works. So install free roam first. Make backups of the game.bin. I don't need to back it up. It's not that big of a game. I can just reinstall it. Fuck it. Who's gonna back up there? It's not like I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5 here where it's like gonna cost me 150 gigabytes to download the game again. Like, I think I'm gonna be fine. Place modified game.bin into your development folder. Oh goodness. So we are in C, if I remember correctly. C drive version. It's going to be different for everybody. I mean, I guess it's going to be in your C drive if you never do anything different. So we got this. Oh, Fable data. We've got build is the only folder there, obviously. Data. Compiled defs. Development. What are we placing? We're placing game.bin and script.bin. Game.bin and script.bin. Okay. We replace these bad boys. Sayonara! The game ain't gonna be the same again. Actually, you know what? Technically, I do have this backed up because I do have literally a completely separate install on another hard drive already. So it is actually technically backed up. All I have to do is like, but yeah, I did just realize that I installed the mod on both hard drives, the free roam mod. So I'm definitely always gonna have free roam active. I'm pretty much gonna have to reinstall the game anyway because I fucked it up with the other mod. So yeah, who cares, right? Now we gotta place the final Albion folder into your levels folder. Wellington game, Fable data build data levels. And then the final Albion folder goes in there. Press yes when it tells you to merge and replace. Alright, so that should be done. 5 is optional. So what is this UMAP shit? I don't understand what a UMAP is or why it's optional or why I should want to have it. Alright, so I thought it was going to talk to me about the UMAP shit, but it kind of doesn't. Maybe UMAP is what he's talking about with the bones? I don't know. Okay, I guess we'll try it though. Optional. Place UMAP files into the Unreal level folder. Wellington game, cooked PC. Oh, hold up. We're in a different spot, aren't we? Cooked PC maps. Levels. UMAP and a UMAP. I guess replace files. Fuck it. Hopefully it works. Place Hero Strong and Hero Berserk into the Bones folder. So we go back to Fable data build. Bone. Just those are bones, huh? This video is like a bit longer than I thought it would be, isn't it? Start a new game. Launch the game in modded game mode if you have the UMAP files installed, or launch it normally if you don't. So, now that we did this, we get to download the update files. Contains new game.bin file as well as the mini changelog. Download this after the main file and replace the game.bin with this one. The rest of the installation structure is the same as before. The lower level 1 and 2 bandits have had their HP reduced. Early game is still hard but manageable because enemies are no longer damage sponges. Okay. They still have high damage weapons though. Wasps are no longer immune to range damage. Wow. Did they do that on accident? But instead only take 25% range damage. That's kind of just stupid, but okay. Like, of all the things to make resistant to range damage, you choose the only thing that flies. Like, what the fuck? Elixir of Life potions now give you twice as much health. That's honestly awesome. This should mitigate being insta-killed the second a player enters Greatwood. Is it really about to be this difficult? Holy shit. The HP cap has been increased. That's awesome. Okay, cool. This sounds like it's about to be pretty fire. Alright, replace these files. And theoretically, we should have this mod installed now. We'll hit play, launch modded game. Ooh, I have never done this before. Like, what happens if I load into a non-modded profile, right? Like, theoretically, I should be able to, like, at least see some of the changes, right? I feel like I look bigger. Do I look bigger? I mean, I do appear to be pretty fucking massive. I'm not gonna lie. I was not this tall before. My health bar, I feel like my health bar is super long too. What was one of the changes? Let's go to Greatwood or something. I don't know. Hey, wait a minute. This looks new. I don't remember this being here. Okay, that might be new. Oh shit, yeah, these guys do some damage all right, don't they? Fuck, that's right. This is like the worst thing I could have possibly chosen. Why does that seem like it does way too much damage actually? 145. Does Drain Life do an insane Oh, yep, this shit's working all right. I just gotta... Wow, are those really, like... If those drop, like, that often, then, like, that's pretty useful, actually. Okay, so this is definitely working, because I just got a, what do you call it? That's pretty savage. Adrenaline potion, huh? The real question is, will it boost my... It doesn't even boost your run speed, though. That's, like, the worst part. When I saw Adrenaline potion and it boosts your speed, the first thing I was thinking was like, oh, shit, it makes you run faster? That's awesome. I mean, like, the weapon speed thing is cool, too, don't get me wrong. But, like, I kind of wanted to run faster. So, yeah, this is definitely working. That's pretty cool. It looks like we successfully installed another mod. Nice. I want to, at the very least, test out one of these repeater crossbows, because... That's one of the things I was most excited about. The two things I was the most excited about, which I couldn't have asked for, like, a sooner adrenaline potion. But, like, yeah. The adrenaline potion I was pretty stoked about. And then the repeater crossbows, for sure, I was stoked about. So it'll be nice to see these. Why does this look so tiny in my hand right now? Did my fingers change, too? Like, why do my fingers look more, like, fingerish? But, yeah, this is working. So, yeah, that... The only thing really left to do now is to do the Redux playthrough, which everybody has been waiting for so patiently. And honestly, I've been waiting for it too. I've been pretty stoked to do like a Redux playthrough because yeah, it does just like so drastically change the game. Like the DLC doesn't really change the game all that much. The Redux mod actually changes the game pretty significantly. So I'm actually pretty excited to like basically experience the game for the first time again. I mean, obviously it's going to basically be the same game story-wise, but like gameplay-wise, I assume it's going to be pretty damn different, especially like as far as combat is concerned and all that. So this should be a pretty exciting playthrough, both for you and me. Can I get a repeater? No repeaters, huh? Sad. Where do I get me a repeater then? You know what I'm saying? Tell me I don't have to find repeaters in a chest or something, man. Come on. Really hoping I could just buy a repeater. Can I go to like fucking Hook Coast or whatever you call it? I really don't want to have to find these on my own, bro. Come on. Ooh, I just realized the worst part is that I'm gonna have to actually like find the silver keys. I never like actually want to go find the silver keys, bro. It's like I've already done that before. Like now it's actually like probably gonna be worth it. So it's like, gee, I should probably do that. Dude, really? Can I just get a fucking repeater, bro? Like, come on, man. We're probably not going to be finding that repeater anytime soon, so I think we'll probably just leave the rest of this stuff for the actual Redux series, which is coming up next. So, like, yeah, the next video that you guys will see will probably be the beginning of the Fable Redux series. You guys no longer have to wait. It's like, it's here. We're going to be doing it. Like, no more of this, like, oh, you know, maybe next series shit. Like, no, it's like, it's here. We're going to do it. We got the mod installed. Now we just got to do the series. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up next. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video or found it useful or whatever. If you did, make sure to leave a like. It definitely helps me out. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you want to check out any more of this content or my other gaming content for that matter. And of course, as always, for as little as 99 cents a month, you become a channel member. Help support this channel monetarily. Help me pay some bills around here, that sort of thing. Yeah, that being said, I've been Plock the Master Gamer with some Fable Anniversary. And I will see you guys in the next video and in the next series. Peace out.